May marks Asian Pacific American Heritage Month, and TMJ4 is committed to bringing cultural awareness all month long. And we are highlighting an organization in our community that is striving to change the narrative. Joining me this afternoon is Sherry Tran, who is also the founder, I should say, of Elevation, joining us. Tell me first, why did you decide to start this group?
Well, I'm one of four co-founders of the group. We just saw that there was a need for the Asian voices in the community to be a little bit more amplified and really shining a light and having a voice in our community that maybe hasn't been heard before. And it was just an opportune time for us to come together and help elevate that visibility for our Asian community.
I love the name. And when you talk about a voice, PBS will start a 5-part documentary series on Asian Americans. What do you think is important for people to take away from this series?
You know, it's a great opportunity to learn something that you didn't know before. You know, it benefits everyone when we're able to understand each other a little bit better. So I think, we all have everything to gain by watching this documentary. It really goes through the history of the Asian community in America, all the way from the beginning with the Chinese Exclusion Act of the early days through World War II with Japanese internment, and actually takes you through that journey of Asian Americans when we started to find our voice with activism in the 70s and 80s, and then to today with our new generation of more empowered millennials and Asian generations that are really finding their footing, finding their voice, and really taking a stand. So it's a really great journey to really understand where we've been and where we're going.
And even after watching this series, if you are someone who wants to know more about the Asian culture, what do you think is the best way to go about doing that in a culturally sensitive manner?
You know, it's never a bad idea to reach out to people in the community and just have a genuine cultural curiosity. Ask people to share about themselves, get to know people as individuals. I mean, that's the biggest thing that as Elevation, we try to break down those stereotypes that all Asians are the same and it's monolithic. It's just get to know us as individuals and get to know our stories. And there's organizations in the community that can help do that too. And not just Elevation. I mean, we welcome folks to follow our posts on social media and learn from us as well. But, there's lots of organizations that are doing great work as well.
And, even as we are currently in a pandemic with COVID-19, at the start of this situation, there seemed to be some xenophobia that came out. How have you guys been able to deal with that messaging as we're learning more and more about coronavirus and just how it's playing out for all of us?
All right. Unfortunately, that type of discrimination in times of fear and stress isn't new facing the Asian community. So we kind of were aware of the possibilities of how this could turn out. And we've seen this from the Chinese Exclusion Act of the early days and also all the World War II sentiment. So we were able to really get ahead of it and really say, we're seeing some of these instances happening in other cities around the country. Let's be prepared before it happens here in Milwaukee. We had great support from our government officials, our mayor, our governor, our lieutenant governor, and also our law enforcement agencies as well, coming together and helping ensure that, if there are instances that they will be investigated and they will be treated very seriously. So we've had the support of our community saying that they won't stand for xenophobia and that any kind of racism and discrimination is wrong. So we've been very fortunate to have great allies to help us spread that message.
Sherry, it is always great talking with you. Thank you for joining us today and educating our viewers as well.